the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, this month is National Women's History Month, and we recognize our ladies who are just beautiful, amazing people. Women in the world. The truth is, women are men's greatest strength, and at the same time, our greatest weakness. They give us so much love and passion, but sometimes there's some little stuff that we as men don't like. Anyway, as you know, last week I did an interview with a lovely lady, Miss Rheta West, aka the Boss Bitch, and we're talking about a subject that was going around. It was a great interview. I enjoyed talking to ladies like her and many of these women who represent female bodybuilding. If you want to check it out, I'll put the link to the video in the description. Watch it. It's a great education. I had some people who praised it. I enjoyed it. So, as you know, Rheta is a former powerlifter champion, and also she's a professional bodybuilder. And, she's been doing powerlifting for a little over 14 years, and she's been a bodybuilder for at least 4. She's been competing as a pro for the last couple of years. We were talking about a subject where I got connected to a subject was the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. As you know, back in the day, the Arnold used to have women's bodybuilding. And I did a video a while back where I talked about how Arnold walked quietly behind the physique division and stabbed him in the heart. As you know, women's physique is no longer part of the Arnold anymore. This is the first year. I think last year they didn't have it. They hadn't had it since 2020. It was the last show, and the champion at the time was Natalie Abraham Canalo. Sorry, what's your name? And Arnold. You know what? From what I hear from when I'm doing this content on bodybuilding and from several people, Arnold is an asshole. Even though I love Arnold, I grew up watching Conan and Terminator and all these movies, and just it's sad to hear your hero. People tell you what your hero is, and Rheta was at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic because she had a booth because she's a powerlifter and she was there because that's the only thing at Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic / the Columbus Sports Fest. They have other things, just not bodybuilding. You have powerlifting, you have other things. Even one time they even had a stripping a pole dancing thing, and she was there, and Arnold, he's always going to support the men. In bodybuilding, because that's what got him into his life. What he is now, because of success, because of bodybuilding. He owes that. But as you know, they only had maybe technically really 4 divisions for women. They had fitness, also they had women's figure, and they had bikini, and also the newcomer division, wellness. And Arnold supported those things because they still have a level of femininity in his mindset. But if you look at, like, I was watching videos from backstage that was posted by NBC Online News, and some fitness and figure girls look more like fitness competitors. They are like early stages body. Like, look at someone like Natalie Canelo. She started out in figure, and she went up to women's bodybuilding, just like Shanique Grant. And, she was the last physique champion. And a lot of these ladies were disappointed when they heard that Arnold's dropping the division. And I tell you, ladies who are the interviews who I follow, don't worry about it. You still have more shows compared to women's bodybuilding. As you know, it was at least 13 years ago when Arnold quietly walked behind, female bodybuilding and stabbed it in the heart. That was like 13 years ago. It was like, about 9 years ago. I'm sorry, I want to apologize. It was 2013 when he did it. And, it was the problem with the fact was, you got to remember, Mr. National, which was connected to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, was around longer. It was around 2-3 years before the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic was called the Columbus. It was another name, but then Arnold took it over. And because he took it over, it got bigger because of him, because of his star power. And you have people like Daniel King, who's been a 5-time Mr. National. Also Ricky Gates, who's one of my favorite Mr. National. And then you had Iris, who was both Mr. National and Miss Olympia during the same time. That was the thing was, I think people, because Iris's look was the reason why, some people blame the reason why they didn't have, Mr. National anymore. So, like I said, Rheta was there. She felt like, truly she wasn't, he felt like, why would she be there? Why don't have women's bodybuilding, And why, it's unfair. It's just a double standard. You have people like Margita Zenvalo was there. You can't remember, Margita was originally physique. She competed as a physique competitor in 2020. In that last time that it happened with women's physique in the Arnold. And she switched to women's open. And then you had Teresa Vasic, who did women's physique, but who's been a bodybuilder for a long time. She was there. And also, my dear friend, the lovely Miss Jada Beverly was there, because she lives in Columbus. And, she had to go there. Come on, it's the Arnold. It's a big event. But one thing I think the shocker is, Andrea Shaw being there. And this is the first time in years since a Miss Olympia, since it's been years since Miss Olympia has been to the Arnold, not competing but just being there. And she did an interview where she talked about how it was on the Wings of Strength show with Jada and with Linda Murray and Alina Pauper. How she talked about just feel like that women bodybuilder should be in the Arnold. But if you're Miss Olympia, you shouldn't be there. Period. If there's no female bodybuilding in one shape or another, you shouldn't have been there. You should have boycotted it. I respected that. And Arnold, he's not going to change his stance. He's a proud Austrian. He's proud of who he is as a man, as a business person. And they still have women's physique, but in the amateurs. And if you're gonna have women, as amateurs have to pay to compete. But you're gonna have if you're gonna have amateur physique, she have amateur bodybuilding. The problem is not enough competitors want to compete as bodybuilders. It's just that's one problem of it. But like I said, I respect her because she's an amazing lady. Now she's gonna do a little show tomorrow on Instagram where she talks about why female bodybuilding have a place at the Arnold anymore. And we talked about this and we discussed it. You can check the interview while I'm putting in the description. And I respect Miss West. Her as a woman, a competitor, as a boss bitch. Truthfully. This is something I was going to talk about it, but I said, nah, I said, forget about it. There's no point talking about it because the fact is, you can't change people's minds. But the fact is, it's something that needs to be discussed. Now, and, in female bodybuilders, they are the ones who are losing out because the fact is, they don't get enough support, as I said. That's why I say I want to be an advocate for these lovely ladies of muscle. They need, more support. They get Wings of Strength. That's a great thing. But still, they need a lot more than any other division that deserves it. And, a lot of women, if you look at them, some women, if you look at some divisions, they can transition. I know some women don't want to go up because of the fact of, they'll feel like they be less exclusive because, lose opportunities because if they stay in the same divisions. But sometimes you can't tell between figure, fitness, physique. It's just all the same. It's all muscle. And these women in the divisions have, great looks. But the thing is that the pushback is that Arnold feel like the women are getting too big. And that's why he pushed out women's physique. So, but the thing is that it's a great thing. Thanks to Wings of Strength that women bodybuilders still have a stage, still have a place to, to perform and to compete, thanks to them, So anyway, we're just going to have some couple of guests with her on her IG Live. So, and these ladies who I follow on social media, a lady who I've interviewed for, she's going to have the lovely Miss Sheena Olick and the lovely Miss Leah Denny. Sheena, she's been on my live stream before. I keep in contact with her. She's a great lady. She's the 2021 Chicago pro champion. Also, she's competed at the Rising Phoenix. And Leah, she is the New York Pro 21 New York Pro champion. As in 2021, 2020 was a return of women's physique, women's bodybuilding to the stage. I mean, it was a great thing, a great opportunity. And Leah, she's an amazing lady, being a woman of her age and to maintain a level of muscle. And also, she's a women's strength competitor. And both these ladies, made to Olympia. And that's a great opportunity. I think I think Sheena's been to Olympia before as a physique competitor, I believe. And also, this is a great opportunity for women to have a stage for themselves, especially Olympia, being the biggest show, in the bodybuilding world. It's the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. And I think women bodybuilding should have a place like any other division. And, women like, Teresa Vasic and, Andrea Shaw, who are I would say, are the up-and-comers, the true women who keep the sport going. We need them, and, we should support them. And, Arnold, I'm going to be nice, but I'm going to quote, Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse. There's a time to be nice and a time not to be nice. Right now, I'm going to be really nice with you, Arnold. Like I said, I had a lot of respect for you, sir, but from stuff I'm hearing, I'm just kind of disappointed. But I have a lot of respect for Miss Rheta West. I think she's a great lady. She's a mother. She's an athlete. She's a businesswoman. She's an instructor. She's a trainer. This is a woman that really loves this sport of bodybuilding. She has a commitment and a passion to it that I think a lot of people should respect. No matter what sex you are, man or woman, you know, you have to respect her commitment and passion to this sport. And that's why I'm doing this video, to support her and her upcoming IG live discussion. I'm gonna take part in it. I'm gonna listen to it. If listen, give my critique. I mean, I have a lot of respect for these ladies who, really, love this sport of bodybuilding. The sacrifices they make, the decisions they take. Sometimes, like I say, remember Rheta, she's a mother, and she had to raise kids, and she's a grandmother. I mean, she really represents not just her children, but her children's children, the generations that's coming. So, like I said, the live stream IG is going to be tomorrow at 8:30, p.m. So, because I think usually a lot of ladies are training and working out. That's the best time when they can, after working out and training, they get home and relaxing. So come check it out. I'll leave Rita's IG in the description. Also, I'm gonna leave Sheena's and Leah's IG in their description too, if you follow those ladies. And also, I'm gonna leave the interview from the interview I had with Rheta last week. And I want to, like I said, give much respect to these women in the sport of bodybuilding. Like I said, I want to be an advocate for these ladies. I want them to be recognized. If you are people who follow my channel, especially ladies who do follow my channel, reach out, watch it, give your point of view. If you don't like it, all you gotta do is just go about your business and turn it off. But if you feel like this is something that concerns you as a competitor and also as a fan, that the fact that women bodybuilding, no matter what whatever form it is, be it women's open or physique, has not a stage on Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, which is the biggest show next to the Olympia, then you really should voice your thoughts, your opinions, and your passions. So, like I said, but like I said again, the live stream is going to be on Rita's IG. It's going to be at 8:30 tomorrow. So come, give respect. Be respectful, gentlemen. Be respectful. These are ladies. No matter what you think, these are still ladies. They are athletes and they are women, and we have to allow respect for our women. Because this is about history, Women's History Month. Anyways, man, all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't subscribe. I'm out.